Okay, testing, testing, testing. My audio should be working. Okay, do you hear me now? Can someone say they can hear me now? Okay, so I assume that you can hear me now. It is working now. Okay, it is working. Okay, great. Okay, I'm glad you're telling me that. So I want to make sure everybody is up and running. So if you're on the channel for the first time, my name is Evelyn of Evelyn's Creations. I am an international fashion designer, and I want to let you know that I'm here for you to help you birth, grow, and elevate your personal business. And I'm here for the heart. I'm here for the long haul. I'm not just passing through. I got 38 years into this. So I'm here to let you know that you can do it. So tonight the title is Are You Hungry? That's what tonight is. Are you hungry? And I said earlier, if you would write that down and we'll answer the question. I want you to answer the question at the end. So tonight I'm going to start off with the members who have invested into this channel, who are putting their hard money in at a minimum of $2.99 all the way up past $34.95 that are getting value out of the channel, and they make a contribution every month to make sure that there's monies that will help me prepare and give you the best of the best of the best. So here we go. First name. Now the names that I'm calling the names from the ones who invested first. Now there are a few people who invested later and they redid their configuration, so your name may be up in the list. But I'm starting from the seniors on up. Okay, so Barbara Gary, Miss T from the SIP, Blessings, Donna Marshall, Shakira Customs, Constance Clinton, C.W. Wardrobe, Miriam Masterpieces, Yanza Hodgepodge, Jackie Gurley, Yvette Batcham, Laura Farr, Sonia Harding, Linda Brown, Brenda Stepney, Florence Mbio, P.R. Prenzi, Kim, Alice Barnhart, Newly Fine Designs, Vanessa Purnell, Sassy Rebel, Miss Kathy, Linda Payne, Gillet Jones, Ngozi Derby, Logan Style, Cynthia Brewer, Vet McCrae, Foreign Grace, Renee Slaw Hendon, Shelley Neal, Titania Gilder, Patricia 1546, Gwendolyn Members Tharp, Yolanda Thomas, Awanda Brown, Rhonda Marie Blessings, Liz Wilson, Mary Jones, Cha Cha 5660, Cinda Soul Bohemian, Lear Lake Rockingham, Soul Pearl Creations, Bernice Thompson, Jean Robinson, Valerie Lingo, Mona Lisa, Lumna Laser, Michelle Stringer, Linnell, Y6B, Garden OZ, Zig, MRA. I know this is someone whose child has got their name. And I got a at LA59, and I have a Pink Pizzazz. Pink has been with us for a very long time, so she's at the top, but they maybe have just put you back up to the top. But I want you to know how much I appreciate you and how much you have poured into us having this. I got two other names. I'm going to click off and find those names because I know your name is not listed, but I just said your bottom of your email, but I will read your name at the end. I got to turn that phone back on to get your name. I know one person is Mildred, but I'm going to make sure you get that. Okay, so here we are. We're at a week before Christmas, basically. And last week I gave you a challenge to sell a pillow. But before we get to the pillow challenge, and I did a video on that, I want to just catch you up. We gave out some treasures and some pieces of fabric to a member that's in Hawaii. And you know, it takes a while to get to Hawaii. She checked in this week and she wanted me to let everybody know how much she appreciated because I took the membership dues to send it to Hawaii. And Hawaii is a long way and it costs a lot. And it's 6 hour difference. So right about now it's only like 2:30 and I think she's at work right now. So I can't talk to her live, but I will get with her on the phone and probably do a video this week to express to you how much she thanked you. She wanted the group to know how much when she went to her post office box and she got her box. She said she cried before she opened the box. And when she opened the box, she was overwhelmed with joy on how you guys came together, or we guys came together and sent her something that she could make and make some money out of. So give yourself a pat on the back, and that's what we do here. We lift each other up. And I would, you know how you talk to somebody and you hope they're doing okay, and you want to know if they're doing fine, and then suddenly, when you're not expecting it, here comes a text. And I was at work. I was at work like 11:30 at night, and here her text came up, and she said, "Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you," and let everybody know. So she did say she would do a video, meaning like verbal video, and she would express her gratitude. So that'll be coming up later. So I just want you to know how much it means when somebody just gives you hope. Okay, we're gonna clear up some old news, old business, and then we're gonna go to new business. We have over 15,000 people that watched me shop in Walmart last week, and I have to tell you a story. So that was really, really good. Most people say they didn't know if they had a dollar owl in Walmart. What I did was I took you off your new, I took you out to shopping. I went shopping at Walmart and we were buying pillow stuffing for the pillows. And there's always a dollar section in Walmart. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. When most of us go to Walmart, we're not like hanging out, we're going really fast. You know how you say, I got to go to Walmart because you know it's a really big store and it's a lot of stuff, it's a lot of distractions, and you're mostly focused on what you want. So when you go to Walmart, the first thing you do when you walk into the Walmart aisle, because it's in the craft area, when you walk into the Walmart aisle and you're looking for the little dollar section, first of all, it's usually right in the front. It's like, okay, you see this wall right here? It's like right there. And then you walk down the aisle and you see everything else. The dollar section is not where the other needles are and the other notions are. Because when you go to needles, it's all needles. When you go to thread, it's all thread. When you go to tape measures, it's all tape measures. It's organized just like these threads right here. But when you go to the dollar aisle, it's a little small corner, either at the front of the aisle or right before you go to everything else. So when you go, you have to slow down and you have to look because the area is so condensed that you gotta, it's condensed to just what you need. It's like the Walmart now is mostly just a basic survival sewing area, very small compared to what we used to. Okay, but there is enough in there for you to survive and thrive and make a lot of money out of that section. Okay, you got to be creative now when you go to Walmart with your thinking. Don't go into Walmart like when you went to the big fabric stores and saw all that stuff. You got to shrink your brain down like how we did the face mask and figure out what can you use in there to build you hundreds and hundreds of dollars. It's just your start base till you can start buying volume, and you can do it. It's your place where you can go in and you can pick up what you need real quick and get the job done. Okay, so you can do it. I made a kid's outfit last week out of 2 yards of fabric, 2 1-yard pieces. 1 yard was for the top and the hat, and the other yard was for the pants. So I'm saying that to say, be creative. Don't throw it. Don't talk about it. In other words, when you got a lifeline, don't disgrace your lifeline. The reason that Walmart stores have shrank the sewing area is because there was not a demand for it. Businesses only go where the demand is. If there's no demand, there's no supply. Have you seen a gas station go out of business? Because there was not enough demand. Because when they get gas, they have to get thousands of gallons. If the gas get old and they don't keep buying gas, then it's like they're losing money. They can't make money just off on the snacks. They got to sell gas. Because when you buy gas, you're going to spend $20 or more, $100 or more. The fuel truck's going to spend $300 or $400 or more. So the reason that your Walmart area has shrank, because it was like this and now it's like this, but there's still plenty in there to learn to make money. The reason it's so small is because there was no demand. There's not enough crafters. There's not enough sewers. There's not enough artists. There's not enough people making wreaths. Not enough people painting. They got everything in that little area. Now, I'm telling you that because now is the time to take advantage of it. You can take advantage of it right now because people need your skill set. They need it more than ever. I haven't made a video all week because I can't keep up. I'm like this. Oh my God. Okay, you want that? Okay. I'm trying to get order out here, order out there. I'm trying to make sure staff is looking nice and presentable. Look nice. Straighten up your shirt. Make everybody feel happy. They're giving out tips. People are tipping. People are looking for people that do their own thing because they don't want to go to the big box store. It doesn't matter your race. People are tired of the rug rat, of the politicians lying, of the people making promises that they can't keep, and they're looking for you. Do like this. Type in the chat. They're looking for me. They're looking for me. They're looking for you. They are looking for you. I'm telling you, because if you don't go and shop at your local Walmart in the craft area, they will completely get rid of it. So when you go in there and you're buying the pillow stuffing, the pillow stuffing is not by the bag area of the pillow stuffing. The bag area of the pre-foam pillows and the pillow stuffing that you can just put some pillows in together, some foam in and make a smaller pillow. Well, that area is not in the same area as the box of the stuffing. That's a big box. Sometimes that box is in the shoe section. So when you go into Walmart again for crafts, I this week I'm gonna go into Walmart and I'm gonna show you how to buy some paint, because like this outfit that I have on, and say if there was a little white like right here, because it's a fabric, it's hand woven, but the design is screen printed, right? This is a blanket. This is a blanket that I'm wearing. I don't know how to get this right looking on camera. But this right here, if you had a little spot right here, say black, I'm opposite, and you had a little paintbrush and you dab that, you could still sell this dress. But if you had this dress and this dress had a spot like right in the front, you couldn't sell that dress because they'll think it's a flaw. It's not a flaw. It's just the fact that the dress is screen printed and it might have not have dried properly and they might have not have hit it twice. So what I'm saying is that when you go into Walmart, slow down. Just pump the brakes. Pump the brakes. Pump the brakes. Okay? Take your time. Look at everything they got. Look for the little dollar area. Remember, I told you, is nobody going to be there to help you. There's not a soul going to be there to help you. Some people say they call, they leave early. But you know what? When you call the person and have them to cut your fabric, you're only going for that one item. That one item you want them to cut or that you saw. So slow down. Look at everything. Look at the prices. Look at the price points. Is it cheaper there or is it cheaper at Michael's? Now, when you look at the prices, then look at the quality. Then when you look at the quality, look at the quantity. Prices, quality, quantity. When you look at the quantity, is it 35 inches? Is it 45 inches? Or is it 60 inches wide? Okay, so if the price costs you $12 and it's 60 inches wide and it's a nice vinyl fabric, then that's a win-win. But if the price is $12.99 and it's 45 inches wide, that's a maybe. Now, if the price is $3.97 or $5.97, it's only 36 inches wide, That's a uh-huh. How can I make that work? And the reason that I said don't get upset if it's only 36 inches wide or if it's only 44 inches wide. Look at the project that you're working on and then look at the price. If I can take a yard of fabric that's 36 or 45 inches wide, I can make a pillow or I can make a scarf or a necktie or apron. What is your total price? Because I made a kid's outfit and it cost me $3.95 per yard of fabric, which was $2, two fabrics. That was just say $8. I took $8 worth of fabric and made $55. Now I put some little jewels and stuff around the neck, some other stuff to make it look nice, but it was $8. $8, hour and a half to 2 hours, $55. She's happy. I'm happy. She mailed it off, went to Boston. So look at the overall picture. Don't look at this is I'm not getting my money's worth. Look at the quality of fabric. Look at the size of the fabric and then look at the price. All three of those at the same time. And that's when you can figure out is this going to be a profit? Now, if you're doing something for the first time, then we call that more so like a lost leader. That means you got to figure it out first. But you got to figure it out fast. And that's what I'm going to talk about tonight. Don't take all day to start your business. Do not take all day to start your business. People want to buy now. And the reason that I say that is because once you have a good product and you go into business, if you don't know how to make that item quickly, you're going to lose. Okay? In other words, what I'm saying is that people want stuff like it's microwave. So that's why you got to make stuff like pillows. You got to make stuff like scarves. You gotta do warm-up outfits or warm-up garments or warm-up things. Because when people want it, they want it. They don't want to hear, oh, I gotta make it. For example, I talked to a lady yesterday. She bought some fabric from me. And I'm encouraging her to start her own business. And she said, well, I'm gonna start next month. I'm like, next month? Next month is January. People are buying to wear their stuff now. I said, why are you waiting the next month? This was 2 days ago. I said, we can make that dress this weekend. Oh, I want to wait the next month. And then I'm going to wear it to work. Then I'm going to see if I can get some orders. It's not going to happen. Because when you think that you're going to make an outfit, wear it to work, and everybody's going to want the same outfit that you have on, and you work in the same office, they don't want to wear the same dress you have on. So you make other things. Let me reframe that. They may want a dress that you have on and they want to wear it somewhere else. But if it's your same group, they probably don't want everybody to see them with women. Most time they don't want everybody to see them with the same outfit. They want to wear something different. But what I'm saying is delay keeps you with your job you got right now. You got to start somewhere. You got to ask. You got to ask for the money. You got to ask for the sale. You got to be proactive. You got to have it. You got to be hungry. Have you ever been hungry before? I mean, have you really ever been hungry? I'm talking about today. Do you have a set time to eat? Or do you know exactly when you're going to eat? Or do you eat when you're only hungry? Okay? Say for me, when I try to eat in the morning. I try to eat maybe like the egg white or something like that in the morning. And then I'll get to work. And if I know I got a hectic day, I'll ask one of the managers to go get me something to eat. And I'll try to eat before I get to work, before I start to work. One of my pet peeves is I don't like people disturb me when I eat because I'm always available to whoever's in the store, to whoever needs something. And when I want to eat, I just want to eat. I only want like 10 minutes to eat, right? All week, everybody has interrupted me to eat. Everyone has came all the way in the back, into my office in the back of the store. Oh, can we get this? Or can we get that? They just bypass people. And I'll say, give me 10 minutes, I want to eat. Give me 5 minutes, I want to eat. Well, what happens is when I want to eat, or when I need to eat, my stomach will tell me, you need to eat. Slow down, you need to eat. So when my stomach tell me I need to eat, I eat. And I don't eat because I want to eat. I eat because I'm hungry. So when I'm hungry, everything stops. I got to eat. Whether I grab an apple, if I grab an apple, it's going to take me just a few more minutes and then I'll be hungry again, right? Sometimes I just have apples that I grab something just to be chewing on to tell my stomach that food is coming. So that's what you got to be like. If you want to be successful in your business, you got to get really, really hungry. You got to get so hungry that you saying, I'm tired of this life. I'm tired of that. Man, let me show you something. Let me see, can I show you something? Have you ever seen, okay, this is perfect. This is perfect. I didn't even plan this. But look at this. Have you ever had an envelope like this? Let's change the name. Let's change the name. Because I don't want to act like I'm talking about a company. But have you ever gotten a envelope like this? This is the envelope that has a window in it. See this? It has a window in it and it has your name on it. And when you get an envelope like this, you know it's a bill. How many of those? Anybody get an envelope like that this week from anybody? Sometimes they might be an offer. They might be, I want to buy your house, or I want to sell you this, or I got a credit card available for you. But a lot of times when those envelopes come like that, like when I get an envelope like this, we call it envelope with a window in it. You know how you can look out the window? It's a window like that. When you get those envelopes like that, and say one of them say it's your power bill. If you don't pay this power bill by this time, I'm going to cut your lights off. Well, when they cut your lights off, guess what happened? If anybody has ever had their lights cut off, I'm going to tell you, they don't stay off long. You get hungry. You start asking for help. You be like, let me see where I can move something around. You will get a credit card that might be at its limit, and you will get that light turned back on. That's how you got to be in your business when you're hungry. When you're hungry, you cannot be disturbed. You cannot be distracted. You got to get with it. I mean, get with it with the quickness. And that's what you have to do when you want to be successful in business. You have got to start, and then you got to be consistent. That's what boot camp is all about. Boot camp is about for you being consistent and being hungry. And when you're hungry, you eat, you feel good, but you know what? You know you're going to be hungry tomorrow. You know you're going to be hungry next week. You're going to be hungry next month. You know you're going to be hungry next year. That means that you know you're going to need money. You know you're going to need favor. You know you're going to need help, right? So if you're hungry, you need help. And if you need help, this is the help. With the channel, everybody on this channel is hungry for something. There's no by chance you're here. Let's get that straight. You're here because you want to be here. You're here because you want to be elevated. You want to be pushed to power. You want to say, you know what? I got this gift. Now, when I talk about creativity, it's getting a little hot in here. When I talk about creativity, I've been around creativity all my life. Okay. Meaning that I've actually sat on an outdoor toilet. When I was a little girl, my mother would send me to my grandparents' house, and my grandparents we weren't poor. We just didn't have no toilet. You know, we weren't poor at all. We ate, my grandparents had good cars. We was on 81 acres of farmland, which I now own that farmland and own half of it, I should say. But we were on a farm, and we had cows and hogs and chickens and pigs and goats and horses and fish every day. And I mean, but we didn't have a toilet. And I sat there and I watched my grandmother sew at night with a needle and thread. And I would be a little girl in the cupboard like this. And I would say, oh my God, that looks so hard. I never knew God was lining me up to do what I'm doing. I never knew that was going to be my passion, because I just thought it was so painstaking. But as a little girl, you know, you got to use the bathroom, right? So they have a slop jar. You could pee in the slop jar. You took a bath in a big old pot. That was a bath. Little kids, you just put them in that pot, and I got washed in that pot. But when you had to go to the bathroom, We had to go outside, and we had to there was an outhouse, and my grandma would take me out. I know it'd be like midnight. We only had a clock that you wind up, and she'd take my little behind and she sit me on that outhouse, and I'll be like this, oh grandma. And then I use the bathroom, she wiped my butt off, and we come back in the house. So what I'm saying to you is that I'm creative because I was raised looking at creativity. I was raised looking at how you make a way out of no way, how my grandfather built the little toilet. Okay. And then my father, when he got better with his construction, my father started construction at 18 years old. He built my grandparents a house next door to the old house, the tin house, and put plumbing in it and put a septic tank. And then we actually had a toilet. So what I'm saying is that when you go and you live and you sow, be creative. Be creative. Don't think everything got to be perfect. And when you making comments on my channel, if you haven't sat on the outdoor toilet, don't tell me you know more than me, because I'm going to tell you something. I'm smarter than some of the best. I'm an international fashion designer that has ridden on the train by myself all through Europe. I mean, I did this 25 years ago. I made it over there safe. I got back safe. I was like the little Harriet Tubman. I wanted to know everything I could about fashion. I've been in New York in the snow looking for buttons. Never been there before. Been to California on a dime and made it back home with $3,000 or $4,000 in my pocket because I learned how to be creative. And I'm here to teach you how to be creative. I'm here to show you that whatever it is that you have in your heart, there's a person out there that's willing to pay you for it and tip you for it. If you saw the video of the young man, I know you probably figured out the young man had special needs, and he came into the store, and I treated him like he was a person. He called his mother and said, Miss Evelyn I want you to see this lady's store, Mom. And when she came, of course, she's like, what you want, boy? What you want, boy? She came into the store. She was so impressed with the store. She bought everything off our sales rack. I'm talking about the rack was empty. And she bought her son this beautiful Tuskegee Airman jacket for $175. When you treat people right, you don't know what's on the other side of that coin. The lady spent $400 because I treated her son right. Okay. And I just asked him, who are you today? And I realized that they just want love. And then some people, I heard people walk by in the mall and call him dumb or a fool. And I said, don't say that. Don't say that. God ain't have no children to be no fool or dumb. Okay. I never in my life thought that I was speaking truth into his presence, that he would be able to get support from me or give support to my company. Okay. So I'm saying that to say that we have to be careful who we attract and who we offend in our business. Don't get caught up that everybody that's going to patronize you look like you, or that everybody that patronize you going to have all their skill set and all their mental set. And they know people and they tell people. And this guy goes to college. I mean, he has special needs. He's in college. So what I'm saying is get creative. And guess what he did? He came back today and gave me a book this thick with everything he had drawn and asked my opinion. I'm like, what? You did this? You did that? So I'm sure that somebody's on the channel that has someone that has special needs or that may have some type of mental challenge. And there's a way for them, and we have to work for them. We have to make sure that we create a space for them and make sure that they get the lifespan that they deserve. And in the meantime, while we're doing that, we got to protect ourselves, because every single day prices are going up $1, $2, $3, $50. And if we're not prepared for that and we're undercutting ourselves, we're going to be in trouble. So before I start answering questions, I want you to know this. If you're selling an item, say an item is $25. Okay. Make sure that you have your shipping costs. Make sure that you have your cost of the material that it takes to make the item. And make sure that if you have to ship it, that you have the amount of money for the postage as separate. So we should be going times 4 or better. Times 4 means that if it's $5, it should sell for $20. That's if it's a one-on-one. One-on-one meaning that there's no middleman. Okay, when people are shopping right now at Christmas time, and they understand and know that things cost more. So they're not expecting you to sell it cheaper. They're expecting you to sell it at a profit, but they expect it to be something that they can afford. So that's why I always say have a medium, a low, and a high. So that your price, if you're making three different items, make sure that you're making something that is in the middle, something that's high, and something that is low. So a person can decide, well, do I want to buy this or do I want to buy that? Now, if you're making things for someone and you don't have a website right now, I strongly suggest you start a loyalty card, a loyalty program. A loyalty card is a card that I have. It looks like a business card, and it's a card you punch. And every time they buy something, then you add it all up and they get something free at the end. And I typically do it 7. After you buy 6 times, your 7th item is free with a certain dollar amount. Okay. Some people do it. If you know, some of the meal places have, after you buy 10 meals, they give you a free. But I do it biblical by 7 days in the week. That's how I do mine, by 7. But I if you have someone that buys from you all the time, you're going to find out when you really, really get hungry, you're going to find out that there are going to be people that want to buy from you all the time. And those people should be rewarded. Now, I'm going to tell you where I'm falling short right now. Where I'm falling short right now in my business is that I'm getting a lot of clients that are buying from me for the first time. And I'm getting some clients that are buying from some other things that they have never bought before. Okay. So my challenge is right now is the way you make money, and I've told you before, is you keep uploading new stuff on your platform, because your regular customers they want to buy something new. The regular customers got their credit card like this. It's already on file. And when they see something you got, they hit pay. Just like if you go on Amazon, they hit pay. I want that. I want this. Then they'll send you a text and say, can you make this bigger? Whether you send it to them directly, or if you send it to them in a text or email, or if you send it online. My challenges right now is because I'm trying to fill so many orders that my creative juice is not allowing me to make something new, which I got all the ideas. I got the stuff to do it, but I'm trying to keep up. It's a good problem. And this is the problem you're going to have. Okay. I wouldn't say it's a problem. It's a good challenge. So what I'm saying is, when you are, kill that word, when you are filling your orders, your orders is, I got to get these orders out because my customer has paid and I need to make sure they get there in a timely manner. Now, some of my colleagues that are in the same field I'm in, some of the designers that I'm in with, they're trying to cut their online store off because they're getting so many orders that they're saying, there's no way, Evelyn, I can't get these orders finished before Christmas. There's no way. But guess what they're doing? They are not allowing you to turn it off. In other words, the algorithm is wanting to make those companies more money. So they're letting it just, hey, you want more, you want more, you want more. So what the problem that you may face, or the challenge you may face, once you put something online, you have no control of how many that you're going to sell. Say, like, if you say, I can make 20 items or I can make 50 items, you may not have 50 items made. It wouldn't make sense to have 50 items made because you only want to put it out there like bait. Okay. So you want to put your item out there like bait, but you got enough fabric or you got enough supplies to make 50. Well, when you put it out there that I can make 50, somebody wake up at 2 in the morning in a different country. I'll take 10. I'll take 15. I'll take 2. I'll take 5. I'll take 1. And when you wake up the next morning, you got all these orders for that one item and you got orders for the other item. That's the part you can't control. So the more items you have on your site that you can do, the more items that people can buy and they stay on your site. So you say, well, why don't I just not put so many items? You can't do that because you don't want to look like you're small. So what would you do, Evelyn? Miss Evelyn, what would you do? What you would do is you would respond to the client. You would say, thank you for your order. Due to the volume of orders, it would probably take me an extra day or extra week to fulfill your order. Will that be okay? Now, you don't do that right away. You work and see how many orders you can process. And then once you see that that set of orders is going to be due in the next 2 or 3 days, you start putting a note to say, hey, I need to start talking to people. And then the day before the order is ready to ship, that's when you send a message. Because you may be blessed to get them all out. Or you may be blessed to maybe just be a day past your ship date or your demand date. Then you can send them a note and say, is this needed for a certain day? Don't ask them, do they want to keep the order? Ask them, is this needed for a certain day? And if they say, if I can have it within another week, that'll be fine. Then you go ahead on and you process. I don't know why my dress keep going over. That'll give you enough time to process the order. Okay. So don't shoot yourself in the foot when you get blessed with a lot of orders, because some people are sitting around, they don't have no orders. And if you got an item that goes viral, oh my goodness, the sky will open. So we want to make sure that we want to make sure that when we're listing our items, or even if you're telling a friend, if you got orders for your pillows or your draperies or your art or your pillow shade and your lampshades or any type of thing, anything that you're making, if you're getting demands for it and you're only selling one, it's probably because you're only listing one. If the algorithm works like this, if they show this item and people like it, then they're gonna show it to more people that like it, because they're gonna put I like it, I like it, I like it. And then if they like it, what'll happen is sometimes the platform will say, if you buy this now, we'll give you an extra $10 off. It doesn't come out your pocket. And so if the algorithm say this person been looking at this for a long time, I'm going to give them an extra $10. Then that's when they'll buy too. You don't have anything to do with that. So the algorithm wants you to make a sale if you have an online store. Even if you put it out as an email or the text, the algorithm can read your text and see what you're doing. Like they might suggest you to go sell it in public, or they might suggest you to do something else. Something will just pop up on your phone that say, hey, why don't you try this? Or, oh, hey, why don't you try that? And if you send a picture to someone, like the picture I showed you of a Marion's pillow, if you have a pillow that looks good and they're seeing that pillow, then they're going to say, oh, you need to put it over here. You need to put it over there. You know what I mean? So what I'm saying to you is that that's going to be a good problem that you're going to face once you get hungry. Once you get hungry, you're going to get fed, baby, fed. You're going to be fed to the max. You're going to be like, oh my God. You're going to be running around trying to, what do I pack this with? What kind of, I just said, Mary, what size boxes do I need? You know? So that's a good problem, but we got to be prepared for that. We got to be prepared for the hunger, because you remember now, being raised on a farm, when you plant something, it grows up, right? And when you pick it, it got a lot of seeds in it. Now, not today, they got hybrid food. So hybrid food don't have no seeds. But if you want real food, it got seeds in it. So when you get the seeds, when you get that apple, you don't know how many seeds you're going to have. Only you have 4, but you can have more. You got an orange, you got a lot more seeds. You got cucumbers, you got a lot more seeds. So those seeds you dry out, so the next year you don't have to buy seeds. So what I'm saying is your business got to be like a farmer. You got to see what's selling. You got to know when to push it. And now people are buying all year because of climate change. So whatever you have for summer, winter, spring, fall, post it on your site, have it on your contact list, and send it to your own people. I was asking you this past week to send it to people in your phone. Like some people say, I don't go nowhere. I don't know anybody. Well, I don't know anybody who just got one person in their phone. If you got more than one person in your phone, you send your picture and say, "Listen, I'm in a boot camp. Her name is Evelyn of Evelyn's blah blah blah. You can go on her channel. I'm in her channel. Please support me because I have to have a pillow sold to be on her channel. Use my name. Please use my name and get the sale and put the money in the bank and do something good with it. Buy some stock. So do me a favor. Start. Get ready for 2026 right now. And you got to know you're hungry. And when you're hungry, like they said, a hungry stomach, what they say, a hungry stomach don't know what's in it. And a full stomach don't care what's in it. Okay, a hungry stomach don't know what's in it, and a full stomach don't care what's in it. So that means when you full, you just full. You know, you might savor something, but your stomach is full. All you want is your stomach full. That's like my bills paid. I don't care if they bought a pillow. I don't care if they bought a what you say a mug cover, a pillow cushion, a necktie. When your bills are paid and you made that money, honestly, you don't care. You don't care what sold. You just want to make sure that you sold something that paid that bill. And that's how we got to get aggressive, because people are getting scared. This insurance, look, these people done went home for the holidays. They have not voted on health care. So everybody finna know the truth. So that means that everybody healthcare finna go crazy, because the healthcare expires the end of the month, and Congress has gone to vacation to after the new year. So that means ain't nobody working. So what we supposed to do? We supposed to get hungry, y'all. I'm country tonight. If you hear the slang, I am real country tonight, because I'm gonna tell you something. If you're a farmer's child, you don't wait till you're hungry before you plant your crop, because you know you're gonna be hungry. So you start planting your crop right now. Listen, plant your crop right now. Don't be sedated in it. I'm gonna call you out if you start talking about me about, oh, you got the wrong size bobbin. Let me tell you something. You go to Walmart and you find them 25 bobbins or 20 bobbins for $5.95, and you can get an outfit done in 5 minutes instead of you sitting there winding the bobbin. The bobbin might not be perfect, but it will work. It will work. And those bobbins now are plastic bobbins. You used to have those big old heavy metal bobbins. They're making stuff cheaper. But you can get a skinny bobbin or you can get a fat bobbin. Most of the machines, it depends on the machine, but either one of them will work. One works better than the other. All the singers and the brothers in Walmart, they use the fat bobbins. But if you ain't been on a toilet with wooden 2 pieces of 2x4 plywood, and you haven't seen a crop from the time you plant it till the harvest, till you make some money, remember this: the farmer didn't have no money. The farmer had to live off the crop. The farmer got paid once a year, not once a week, not once every 2 weeks, not once a month. The farmer had to wait a whole season to get paid, and he had to take care of all his bills off that one crop. Now, if they was a vegetable crop, the vegetables grow at a different time. The hardy the crops grow at a different time. If you're on a cotton field, you know how long it took for the cotton to grow, and then the cotton had to weigh so much. Then all the hard seeds had to come out the cotton. So we can't wait to see what Congress is going to do. We got to be proactive right now. We got to say, you know what? I don't know what they're doing up there in that White House, but I got to pay my bills in January. And the healthcare, I don't know what they're doing with the healthcare, but I got to keep myself healthy. Because if your healthcare doubles, how you going to pay that? And if you could pay that, should you pay that? If you can afford it, the short answer is say yes. But the other answer is, if you pay it and you're sick and you need it, that's what you got to do right now. And we got to fight to get it back down to where it is or where it's reasonable. But we got to have health care. All the people out there like me that's influenced people saying don't go without health care, I'm not going to tell nobody to go without health care. We need health care. This channel right here, all the people on this channel right here, we can do it. We can change the world through our sewing skills. We can make a difference. There's no doubt in my mind. We can make a difference. We can take care. We can change how we do things. We can make Walmarts expand that art and craft department. We can take those little ones that's looking at us, just like I looked at my grandmama, and we can start learning how to sew. I never in my life thought I would be this successful sewing watching my grandmother. Never, ever, ever. And I'm doing it. And I'm helping people. I mean, I'm telling people, come to work. Lady said, I only sold one cookie yesterday. Yeah, I told her, you know why? Because you ain't been to work all week. Know why they put you over here by me? Because they want you to learn from me. So if you don't come to work, how people gonna come when you ain't coming to work? How people gonna buy when you ain't coming to work? So how they gonna buy from you if you're not making nothing? How are they gonna buy from you if you are not sowing anything? You say you reap what you sow, right? So if you ain't sold nothing, how you gonna reap? If you ain't sold nothing, how you gonna reap? Okay, I'm gonna give you my last story. A lady tried to give me her daughter today. My daughter, 34 years old, she's sitting home on the couch. Will you give her a job? I said, no. If she 34 years old and she's sitting on the couch, how she gonna help me? If she 34 years old, she can get on the bus and go do anything. She could go around and ask people, can she sweep up? She can get on her feet. How you gonna help somebody that's lazy? If you are already lazy, I can't babysit a grown woman. I need people that work. I give second chances. You don't have to be a stock seller person to me. You don't have to be a role model. You could be incarcerated. Got yourself back together. You ready to work? Are you trustworthy? Can you get to work on time? You catch the bus? Do you come to work 2 hours early so you can be on time? Yes, ma'am. Okay, come on. Let's do it. Can you clean? Yeah. You know how to use a broom? Yes. You know how to wash a toilet? Yes. In fact, the day I got told off that you don't look like the owner today. I don't want you looking like that. I told the lady, she 80 years old. I said, Miss Veronica, I'm doing it all today. I got to clean up. I got fire inspection. I got to get all my fire extinguishers fixed. I got to get all my light bulbs fixed. I got to get all that done. I got to get smoke detectors up. I got to get all that done. I got another store on the other side of town that I have to make sure that it passes fire inspection at 10 o'clock in the morning. Okay. So I wasn't gonna let the fire department come back there twice. Everything got to be straight, clean, everything. So I came in like a cleaning person. But I told her, I said, Miss Veronica, I'm working today. I'm not a piece of art. I am an artist, but I got to get it done. So what I'm saying to you all, when you get hungry and you got to get dirty, and you can't have your makeup on, you can't have your nails on, and you got to get that dress made, you practice on yourself. Make yourself a 20-minute dress. Make yourself a 20-minute skirt. Because when they come at you, they coming hard. Bam. Omega's come in. Can you make this logo for me? You got $100? Yes, ma'am. Okay, I'll work on it. Give it to me. Give me the $100. Let me work on it. Let me chew on it. Let me see how I can do it. When people come, can you hem these skirts for me? It's Christmas time. Can you hem the dance outfits for me? Guess what? It's premium charge. Premium charge. Minimum $20. If they ask you any questions, a minimum $20. Nobody go under $20 because they need your expertise. Then you look at how long it's going to take and make sure you do a quality job. And then you give them your information and tell them to text you. Don't call you. You ain't got time for no conversations. Let me tell you something else. When people come to you and you're a person, they're going to talk a long time. Know how to cut your conversation short, like we said last week. Value your time. Because people are longing for conversations. You need time to sow. You need time to think. You need time to plan. You need time to think. You need time to produce. You need time to think. And when you start selling, go into sales mode. And when you train your clients, I call them clients because they're going to be with you forever. When you start training your clients, they'll text their orders in because they know you're busy. They'll text you in. And now when you start this and you got family members out of town or out of state, I strongly suggest that you get stamps.com because shipping anything will save you 50%. If you go into your post office and you mail a package that says a pound or 2 pounds it could probably cost you $12 to $15 and $20 if it's all the way in California. It's in Las Vegas, California, New Mexico, Boston, places that's I'm at the bottom, I'm in Florida. But when you ship like way out like this, your shipping cost is going to be double. They give you like 30 days free, and then it's like $35 a month. But once you need that, because you're not going to be selling all the stuff you selling what people right around you. You're going to start attracting people from all over. Now, I strongly suggest, if you're serious, to get some coaching so we can get your sales started. Don't depend on you to get all your sales. Get some private coaching. I offer private coaching for you to get these sales. You're going to need this as your lifeline. And once you get with me, you can go on a smaller scale, but you got to get it started. You know how you got to get the cart up, and then once it go over the hill, then woof. Then you'll have some issues and you'll ask me and I help you get back up there. But you're not going to get it just by yourself. And if you are doing okay by yourself, guess what? If you were coaching, you could do 4 times more. If you're doing fine right now, you said, Miss Ellen, well, I made $100 this week. I'm good. Well, how long did it take you to get rid of that? How long did it take you to spend $100? Did you buy groceries today? Do you know you can't go to the grocery store and spend less than $120? And if you do, most people that go to the grocery store, if they try not to buy, they're riding around in the cart and they're like, well, I'll just take one of them. And when they get to the line, they got like 3 or 4 things. And that's when you know they really on a budget, because the money is expensive to buy food. It's so expensive to buy a little hamburger, like $9. You know what I mean? So it's so expensive. But if you're satisfied with just making that $100, okay, I made $100. I am excited for you to make $100. But there's a lot of other $100 trying to get to you. And you got to know where they are. And they're not right there. This week, Switzerland, Paris, Germany, someplace I never even heard of, that they were ordering from me. They're paying tariffs. I like crazy, but they still want the merchandise. Now that doesn't mean that I'm special. That doesn't mean that I have the best product in the world. I would always say I'm not the best designer, but I would say I'm consistent and I'm transparent and people can find me. When you're consistent and you're transparent and people can find you and you can ship, then those are the people that's going to keep them lights on, and they're going to keep these little, remember I told you, when you make that sale, get that bill right back out. When this come in the mail, this is called a window envelope. When you get a window envelope in the mail, that means it's usually a bill. It's either a bill or it is something that's trying to get you to get more in debt. That's either way. It's either something trying to get you more in debt by a credit card offer, I want to buy this or something. It's a trick or a trade. The trade is, I'm going to trade you this bill for your money. Trade for your money. Or give me your signature so I can give you this bill, and then you got to figure out how you're going to pay me that 35% interest on this card. Okay? So don't take cards right now if you can't afford it. People ask me to borrow money all right now, but I can't afford it, because I'm not going to pay you high interest on something that I could work myself out of. So don't borrow money right now if you can afford it, because it's a trap, it's a trick. It's a trick right now to borrow money. A lot of people got money. A lot of us don't realize that money is sold. You know how you sell a dress? Well, people sell you their money. A lot of people got this money and they'll sell it to you so they can make more money off the money they sold to you. So money is sold. So they're selling you their money. That means they're going to make you sell. I'm going to sell you this dollar and you're going to give me, I'm going to say like this. I have an employee that always went to the check cashing place. I said, you can't be in a check cashing place working for me. He said, what you mean? I said, I don't let nobody work for me be in a check cashing place. You work 2 more hours a day, and then you have money that you don't have to go to the check cashing place. Because check cashing place, he worked $1. He made $1, and they took $2 out of his check. So it was bank robbery. I said, they get their money before you. So when you know that money is a high, if it's high, try it all unless it's life threatening. Try it all not to borrow the money. I'm not saying there's some cases that you really need it and later you'll be so mad that you took it because it was too expensive. But if you look at money as being sold to you, then you'll say, well, why can't I just go make a pillow? I can make a pillow. What did Miriam say? She made a pillow. No, it wasn't Miriam. It was Mildred. Mildred is a new member. Hi, Mildred. Mildred is a new member. And she said, I've been watching you for 2 months and I'm ready for coaching. And she said, I had to join your channel because I used your name before I became a member. I used your name, Miss Evelyn. And I was in the car with my friends and we went to Walmart. I'm talking about you, Mildred. And she said, she's in Oregon. Mildred is in Oregon and she's from Mississippi. And she said, I use your name. And I was in the car with 2 friends. And I said, I'm in this challenge and I gotta sell some pillows. And the lady said, how much are the pillows? She said, well, I'm selling 2 for $45. And she said, the lady just went in her purse and gave her $50. And so she said, oh my God, it's working. So she called me and she became a member and she actually getting some coaching. So she said, if it's working that fast and I watch you for 2 months and I am ready to do it. Now I'm going to share something that she told me because I want you to know it. And I'm saying this out of love. Okay. Listen really closely. When you're having difficulties in your personal life or in your business life, you can feel like you're going to have a mental breakdown because you feel like I got to work this job and I don't like this job anymore. But how am I going to pay my bills? And a few of you have expressed that to me. And I'm going to tell you, I've been to a job that I didn't like and someone got me out of there. When I came back from Europe, I said, here's my 2 weeks notice. And I left the most creative company in the world, which you'll read about it in the book. I left the most creative company in the world and I survived, y'all. I went through a horrible divorce and I just loved this man. And I prayed to God, would you please just help me in my marriage? And God said, I can't help you with this one, baby. He gonna be too much work. And God moved him out of my life. And it made me a stronger person. It made me a stronger person because I went through the most difficult time. It made me a stronger person because I had a job, but I still had my gift. And because I didn't have a husband, I had to work on my gift to make up the extra money. And so my gift, I made church robes. I made all kind of stuff so I could save myself. Because I was going to lose everything. I was going to lose my house, going to lose my car. I had to get sewing. So what I'm saying is that everything that you went through in your life, every single thing, baby, that you're going through or that you went through in your life is because the Creator is telling you to work on your gift. And I'm telling you that from the bottom of my heart. If you work on your gift, honey, you will be unstoppable. You will be unstoppable. You will have money coming to you. Do you know that there's so many ways that money can get to you? Cash App, Zelle, a printed check, cash, PayPal. There are so many ways money can get to you now. People can get to you all kind of ways and give you money. So what I'm saying tonight is, if you're hungry, stay on the bootcamp channel. Okay? Now, at the end of this, I'm going to ask you some questions, and it's going to tell you if you're hungry. But now I'm finna go and try to let you guys run the show because I've been talking too much. Okay, let's start from the top and let's see what's going on out there. Okay. I see everybody who said they couldn't hear me. I'm glad we got that straight. And in fact, let me tell you that. That's Mary Joan, Victoria, Alice, Patrick, Learline, Patricia, Mary Jones. She's saying, okay, we're missing all. Okay, Mary said we're missing all this. I'm going to step back so y'all can see the dress. Y'all was missing this at the beginning. Okay. This is Miss Gwendolyn. Hello, everybody. No sound. I can't hear you. Okay, I got to do better with that. Actually, what happened tonight? They sent me this thing right here. This is why y'all couldn't hear me. You see this right here? I was trying to use this, and I worked on it, mute and everything, tested it before I got on, and when we actually went live, that's when you couldn't hear me. So this was the problem. So I have to do this again and do a live and maybe delete it to see what's actually going on. So I was trying to do the microphone so y'all can hear me well. So we can't do that. So what I might have to do is just do one of those clip-on microphones and see what we can do it. So I apologize for that. You know what? We're going to get some money up in here. We're going to have a special person back there doing all our signs and stuff like you have in a regular TV show. But I'm glad y'all let me know. And I'm like, okay, they keep calling. What's going on? So y'all was actually telling me, I can't hear you. Miss Glenda was texting me. Her phone is turned off. I know now. Okay. All right. Okay. So yeah, I'm glad y'all let me know that, because that's what I was doing. I was actually trying to I was actually working on our new technology that the membership paid for. The membership bought this microphone and it ain't working. Okay. Okay, let's see. Miss Jean said, hello, everyone. Constance is in place. She said, hello. Pink is in place. Miss Gwendolyn is in place. Miriam is in place. Miss Pearl, Rockingham is in place. Okay, so Miriam said she found some paint at Walmart. It was on the aisle with the art supplies, which is great. So she's looking at some paint. So there's some paint in that section too, okay? Miss Gwendolyn is saying, hello, everyone. Amen. So Pearl Creations is saying hello to everybody. So Pearl, that is so true. Someone loved my dress. Thank you. Okay, this is Miss Gwendolyn. She said, when you say making list 10 items each day, am I listing 10 different items every day? Okay. When I talk about making a list each day, I'm just asking you to make one item per day. So when you get ready to put on your site or you get ready to send it with your group, some people may not be ready for a site, meaning they may be intimidated for a site. But I'm encouraging you all, if you're watching me, you can actually do a site. If you shop about anything online, you can actually do a site. Just think of it like this. They're selling groceries online. They're doing DoorDash with food. Walmart, you can pick up your groceries. You can drive through and pick it up. What's happening is they're making so many ways for you to get what you want. And I'm asking you all not to miss out on that. Don't miss out on it that you are afraid. That's why I say, if you want to test out your selling skills, do it with somebody that's already in your phone that you know and trust. Okay? And most of these people will send you the money or give you the money before they even get the item. And that's what I want you to feel. I want you to feel that transfer of funds. I want you to get used to transferring of funds. Okay. So when you start feeling and feeling the energy of money transferring from you from what you made, I'm asking you to start getting your items set up for what you want to sell. So say like if you're selling pillows right now. If you're selling pillows right now, or if you're selling scarves right now, or if you're selling your artwork right now, or quilts right now, you may get so busy that you can't that you can't make something else. That's a good problem. But while you're not busy, if you're starting to make some of those items, and I suggest that it's some items that can be made quickly, and quickly means what can you make within 2 hours? I know I keep talking about 10 minutes and 20 minutes, But realistically, what can you make in 2 hours? I'm talking about start to finish. And the reason I say no patterns is because once you get used to patterns, you can't think outside the box. You got to lay it down, you got to press it out, you got to pin it down, you got to go and cut it. You see how, even though you didn't have no sound, and I showed you the fabric, I was showing you how to cut a shrug. I cut a yard of fabric, I cut a hole in the top, and I put it over my head. One side of my family is completely deaf. Okay. If they was watching me and they saw me take that piece of fabric, cut that line, hold it in half, put my hand on it, see where it is, and cut it, they could be able to make that shrug. And they didn't hear me. That's called creativity. And that's what I want you all to have. If you didn't hear me, you saw me step back, you saw the dress. You already know I make a dress every night. So I'm talking, but just think about if you're in the airport. You can't hear what they're saying, but you can look at what they're doing and you saying, oh, okay, she got a new car. Oh, she got a new dress. Oh, she got a new phone. So everything you got, use it as creativity. Like when you go in the store and you can't get no help, you got to figure it out, right? If the dress is too big, are you going to call a seamstress? You're going to figure it out. You're going to trim it down. The neck is too wide. You're going to trim. Now, the reason that I made this dress so big on me today, I'm going to stand back and let you see it again. The reason I made this dress is because I don't like all of my plus size ladies to think that I only make stuff for my size. So the reason that I made this dress is because I want people that are full-size ladies. Full-size ladies is a really good market. Anyone that's 16, 18, 20 to 24, 26, it's a really good market. Now, I wouldn't suggest to always make a full-size dress that's a size 20, 26 until you have the market for it. But if you have the fabric for it, you can go ahead and make those dresses, make a smaller one, and you can go up to those sizes. But a full-size woman or a full-size man, there's a very big demand for men that are 3X, 4X, 5X, and 6X. Because first of all, they may not be a 3X, but always having to sit down, and if the shirt or the top is pulling on their stomach, you build the clothes for comfort. Okay, when you build the clothes for comfort, like if I was doing a fashion show right now, I could have a size 2 model wear this dress and tie the string on the side and just swirl around, and this dress can fit comfortably to a 14, 16, maybe even 18. So sometimes I try to make a dress that's full size. This dress has a body in it. It has body in it. So it can move more flowing. When you're in different climates, you want more flowing. So that's what I'm saying with this. I hope I answered you, Miss Gwendolyn. If I didn't, give me another question. I have time for you. Okay, this is Soul Pearls Creations. She says, I'm working on an order now, making custom key fobs from your fabric. For a manager employee to go in Christmas bags. Isn't that something? Oh my gosh, that's so great. Okay. Okay. I need fabric for pillows. Can you type in? Okay. I know I got the name and I'm going to give it to you. She said, your gift will make room for you. Yes. We're going to send you some fabric. I will reach out to you and make sure you get some fabric for your pillows. Let's see here. Okay, this is Miss Wilson. She says, I don't drive at the present. I need an online setup. I need mud cloth like yesterday. Okay. Miss Liz Wilson, I want you to go to text me at 407-590-8767. And we'll get you some mud cloth mail tomorrow. And we will start on you what kind of package you would like to start with. And we'll get your online setup. And it's going to work. It's going to happen. Okay. I like when she said I need it like yesterday. I need it like yesterday. That's when people come into me and they say, they said, when you need it, I need it yesterday. I'm like, okay, we got you, we got you. Okay, Miss Gwendolyn said this, and I want y'all to hear what she said. Miss Gwendolyn ain't nothing but the truth, y'all. She is nothing but the truth. She said, let me see how she said this. She says, yes, you're right about sewing with a pattern. It does not take a lot of time when you don't have a pattern. Your process a real time saver. Okay. This is Gwendolyn said, if I am listening on website, I'm listing 10 different items each day, 1 or 10 items each day. No, Miss Gwendolyn, if you're listing on the website, this is what I want you to know. And this is what I hope you didn't do this, Pink, because I went to Pink's site and Pink had, I think, 5 items on her site. And she said she had just listed the day before. Don't do that. Okay. And I'm going to tell you why. You got to do this. When you put something on your site quickly, it looks like you're artificial intelligence. Okay. AI stands for artificial intelligence. Artificial means what? Fake. When you buy a drink and you like it and it tastes so good, and it'll say, abstract of this, abstract of that. It doesn't say 100% natural, right? So we get addicted to artificial taste, artificial this. AI stands for artificial intelligence, meaning untrue intelligence, means it's a fix. You want to be authentic intelligence. So authentic means that it takes time to make one item and you list it. It takes time to list one item and you list it. Okay. So when you do it authentically, it knows that you're not artificial. So when you're artificial, first thing Pink said is that I don't have any views yet. Because the artificial intelligence knows artificial entries. So it thinks you're artificial. Okay. So you have to put it in one item at a time slowly. And when you put the one item at a time, make sure you list everything. Make sure you put the name. Make sure you got the right tag words. Like if you were to take a coaching class, and I'm gonna do this right here. I sell this right here. I sell this. I sell toothpaste. Okay. This is how you become a millionaire, guys. You buy something, you make it, and you take some of your profits and you invest it in something else that you don't make. Okay. So somebody might come and buy a dress, but I say, hey, you need some really good toothpaste? I got some Black Seed toothpaste. Okay. On the back of the Black Seed toothpaste, it tells you all of the authentic ingredients in the toothpaste. Okay. So when you have something authentic and you list it on your website, your words are authentic. You can't just say made with love. Everybody can say that. Okay. You got to say this was hand dyed, this was handmade, this is something that could be worn by this. When you start putting your descriptions, you start adding more things to your descriptions, how you can wear it, who should wear it, what size it fits. You have to answer about 50 questions in your listing. If you just say, I make toothpaste, great for your teeth, smells good, costs $24.95. It sounds like artificial intelligence. When you do a listing and you put the listing in your website, you want to make sure that you can think of everything. How would I describe this? Natural, organic, clean, or it just takes a little bit. Like this toothpaste, you only need a little drop of this toothpaste. I mean, you just need a squirt because it's real soft and it's really, really good. This is Black Seed toothpaste. Okay. But When you get the coaching is going to tell you stuff. You ever had somebody say, I didn't know that I didn't know? That's why you get a coach. Okay, a teacher is just going to tell you how to sew something. A coach is going to tell you how to save time. I'm a coach. I'm a coach to teach you how to win. Okay. Now, some people try to go around the coach. And I always tell people this. When you try to go around the coach, remember in the Bible where it took them 40 years when it should have only took them 8 or 9 days because they was in the wilderness? I know y'all know the story. I'm ad-libbing it. But when you got the coach, it's not going to take you 40 years. We don't have 40 years. We don't have that much time. We don't know what our time is, but we know how much time we got to get it done, because once you get your online done, you can really kind of sit up and sew a little bit, push yourself up to the table, sew a little bit, paint a little bit, make a couple of you with this skill set you all have, your natural skill set that you already have. If you even got it, remember I told you if you got a headache, take some ginger, some crushed ginger, and drink it with water to get rid of your headache and get that to your headache that's coming in the door. The person's gonna get on your nerves. You know what I mean? There are some things that you can do even if you're not feeling well and make money. That's what's so good about your gift. If you was at work, you got to be at a certain caliber to make money, to look good for your boss to know what you're doing. But if you're in the comfort of your home or the comfort in your sewing space, you can have a bad day, you can have a stomach ache, you can have, you could be tired, you could drink some tea or some coffee to get you up, and you can make those items. And then you can just go online, put a note in for your UPS, for your mailman to pick it up, and he'll pick it up with your regular mail. The reason I go to the post office so often to like now is because it's crush time. Everybody wants stuff for Christmas. But I could actually just put it in there to have the man to pick it up, the mailman to pick it up. But if I want my client to see that it's already in transit, any orders that I make now, I'll drop them off on my way home. The bigger post office, you can put the box in at night, or I'll drop them off in the morning. So I'm constantly trying to get 2 or 3 sets of orders out 2 or 3 times a day. And that will be you, but you can scale your time on when it'll be ready. Like you can say it'll be ready in 2 weeks, in 3 weeks, 2 days, 1 day. Just remember, life happens. And the quicker you can get the order out, the more sales you're going to make. If you said, I want some collard greens tomorrow, and they said, man, we can have them collard greens to you tomorrow, or I can have them collard greens to you today, what you going to do? If somebody said, I can get you some collard greens by next week, you're going to say, nah, I need my collard greens for tomorrow. So the person that got the collard greens right now is the person going to get paid right now. The person that got the collard greens next week, guess what? Next week, they're going to be looking for black-eyed peas and rice for New Year's, right? So you know what? They got all the black-eyed peas in the store right now because people buying their Christmas meals going to buy their black-eyed peas, their ham hocks, their rice, everything else. And my husband, he's a big-time black-eyed peas man for the New Year. So what I'm saying is, when you are prepared, when you are hungry, you will prepare because you're going to be hungry again. And the main thing I want you all to do, if you don't open an online store and you just stay local within your family or your church or your coworkers at work, I still would want you to be able to pay your bills that come in with this from your sewing. Your bills that got a little window that's talking to you every time you go home, you see a bill like this. Sometimes you see these bills like this, you don't even open it right away because you're like, I know it's a bill. How much my light bill is this month? How much is my phone bill this month? How much is my, I got a pet bill. How much is the pet bill this month? Whatever it is, right? Some bills, you know exactly what it's going to be. But I want you to be able to use your sewing skills to pay for that bill that allows you to save money for other things in your life, like real estate. Like I said, go to the land bank, buy your little old house, go to the land bank, buy you another property, When you go to land bank, you got to have cash. When you go to the auction, you got to have cash. And your skill set will allow you to buy property. While everybody else is trying to buy a 50-year mortgage, go buy property in a depressed area. Go buy one where it's really rough. I mean, it's rough. It's ugly. It don't like, ooh, I don't want to buy nothing over there. But you know what? When you buy that property, after a while, that property going to change. It's going to be developed. It's going to be valuable. And you just send somebody over there that know how to handle the yard, and you good. So right now you got to be creative. You got to think creative all the way around. You can't think like your job is going to be there next year. I'm just being real. And if it is there next year, that's good. But if it is that next year and you want to do something else and you already start on your skill set, like Ms. Gwendolyn said, I put one item per day, one item per day, one item per day. If you can put one item per day, 5 days, then go back on the 5th and on the 6th and the 7th day, go back and look at the item you put in there and look and see, be very critical. Did you put it in there right? Is the picture clickable? Is the information just right? And then make sure you do this. This is another thing I saw on somebody's website when they said free refunds and free exchanges. Not free, yeah. Refunds available in exchanges. I highly recommend not to give refunds. And I'm going to tell you why. When you hand make something and you make it and you ship it and you say refunds, a lot of people are used to buying something and taking it back to the store. So they could buy your outfit that you done made. They can go wear it to the dance. They could go and then they say, I don't really like this. I'm going to get something else. I don't think I really want to pay that much for that dress. And now you got that dress back and you feel bad because you thought you had money. And now they're going to take that money out your account. Don't be too proud to say, or I don't know if that's the right word. Don't be afraid to say no refunds. And I offer exchanges within 3 days. Because it's an exchange. It's not a refund. Because when you make something for somebody and you give it to them and they say they want a refund, and they'll give you this, oh, my mama died or my daddy died or I couldn't wear it, it didn't get here in time. Well, if somebody wants something, they need to order it. They need to order it in enough time to get it. Or if they order something and they said, oh, I didn't know your size, this is too tight, or the hat is too tight, or this is too tight, or this is too low, or this is too long, then that's when you make sure you put in, please provide me the sizes for a better fit. Okay, those are the things what I'm saying. When you get coaching, you'll know I need to say all this stuff. You need to say all this stuff. And so when you say all of it and they get it and they didn't read it and you being very clear, before you buy this, please make sure we know your size for the best fit, best transaction. If you say that before you buy and you do it and they come back and they still say, oh, I just like the outfit, I just hit pay, then and you start giving money back, your card might decline because they've already transferred the money in your account. You already transferred that money out to pay this bill, and now you're in the negative because you gave a refund. So you're not big enough to absorb refunds. You're not Walmart. Remember Walmart said satisfied guaranteed. You know why they say that? Because they know you're going to be back. They know that when they give you that refund, you're going to take that money and you're going to turn right around and go back and buy it. And if you don't buy something else, if you don't buy something else that day, you'll be buying something else next week or next month or tomorrow. So that's why they say guaranteed, because they know you're going to come back. They're the only game in town in some places, or the biggest game with the biggest options. So you want to make sure that you know your place. Your place is, I'm a small business owner and I do not have the resources or the time to take this, box it up, pack it up, ship it to you. And they say it's a refund. Now, if it's damaged, then the post office automatically give you $100 insurance on the item. So if the item is damaged then pictures can be taken and you give it to the post office. It's automatic. You get $100 insurance on the item. So that's your insurance policy, that hey, if it's damaged, I'm going to report it to the post office, show that the pillows were beat up, they were, they got open, the foam came out, truck ran over it, airplane crash, whatever happened, then it's insured by the post office. So don't do refunds just to be happy that somebody buy from you, because it could be a headache, and it could be depressing when you get that, and it's like, oh, I like it, but it don't look right on me. Okay. um okay, let's see if I got any more questions. Okay, this says exchange with what? Okay, when I say exchange, that means something else that's on your site. If somebody buy, it doesn't matter that it's a different item, it's the value of the dollar amount. So if you got, say if you got pet clothing and you're selling two for 25, or if you got a hat and it's $59 or $79, or if you got a big shawl and it's $95, whatever you got that's of equal value or less, then they can exchange it, and they can have a store credit for something else. So when you say you can exchange, that means that you have been listing other items on your store, and then if they don't see anything, if they don't see anything right then that they want to buy, then you just write a note that they have a store credit. And whenever something comes up, you make sure that they get a photo of your new listings, because people like to see what you did new. And people are online all the time. They don't sleep. So if you put something new, it's going to pop up in their feeds, and they're going to say, hey, something new is listed. Would you like to take a look at it? And when they look at it, if you got everything listed, the size, the shape, the price, when you can ship, like if you say this is available to ship in 1 day, available to ship in 2 days, available to ship in 3 days. If you can answer every question, approximate shipping price, $15. Okay, just remember, if you take a big box of pillows to the post office, they're going to hit you in the head. If you get that USPS and you do the length, the width, the height, and the size, they're going to take it easy on you. So like a big box of pillows like this might cost you, say, $13, $14, because it doesn't weigh a lot. Depending on where it's going, it could be $9, but it could be, let's say it's $14. But if you go to the post office, it's going to be $25. So then the person going to say, man, I don't know if I want to spend $25. But if you can save your customer on some freight, not do it free, then they're going to be more willing to buy from you. And then, I mean, they paid for the postage, and hopefully you just paid for the cost of being able to print the postage. Like you put the money in for the postage, and then their shipping cost is with your price that you give them. So you have the shipping price that you got from them, and then all you pay for is the meter. You know what it costs for you to have the meter. You got to pay for the box, but you have all that box, the stuff, the pillow, the fabric. You have all that in your price, and then you have the shipping. That's why you really need to be coached, because you can go broke. I wouldn't say broke, but you can make a whole little bit. You can make a lot less money if you don't know what you're doing with the math. The math got to be right. Excuse me. For you to make money when you ship. And then on top of that, if you ship, you're gonna make a whole lot of money. If you start shipping items, it wouldn't be unrealistic. Once you really get the coaching down and know what you're doing, it wouldn't be unrealistic to be making $500 a week. That's on just an average, because your name is out there. You done built trust. You got things out there. It wouldn't be hard to make $2,000 a month. And then when you're really doing well, it wouldn't be hard to make $6,000 a month. Okay, because once you do one site, Then what we'll do, if you got another specialty item, we'll do another site. And then what'll happen is those two sites are competing against each other, but doing totally different things. Like if somebody is looking for clothing, they may not be looking for like rocks. Did I tell y'all I sell rocks? I got some rock. In fact, I'm gonna go get the rocks. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Okay. Creativity, right? Woo! These are rocks. See this? These came out of my yard in Atlanta. These are natural stones rocks. It's, you heard of Georgia clay. Okay. You take these rocks, you know how you put them by the pond, or you could put them, you know how some people have pet rocks, or you could draw on them, or you can crush them and you can make t-shirt, make the clay out of it, and you can make t-shirts with authentic clay dirt in them. So like if I'm selling rocks, I don't want them on my site with my nice dresses because it's like a natural mineral. You know, it came from the earth. This is the kind of rock when you cut your yard, it can mess your blades up. It can mess your blades up when you cut your yard. I told you I'm a country girl. So if you see you cutting your yard and you hit one of these rocks, you mess your blade up. So I said, man, I had met this guy online and he said he got so broke, he went out in his yard and he started selling rocks. And that's how he was able to pay his bills. And I said, oh my gosh, God left us everything. He left us everything to make money, right? So what I'm saying to you all, get creative. Acorns in your yard. Paint the fingertips on them. Moss coming from your tree. Spray them, disinfect it, bag it up, sell it. Tree bark. Don't you know when we go to Lowe's, we buy tree bark? We buy the little shredded mulch. We buy rocks. We buy plants. Somebody took the time and said, I'm gonna make this an item where I'm gonna sell it. And like when you have all the farms that sells all the plant farms and stuff that's growing stuff, and they have the seeds and they sell them to Lowe's and Home Depot and to the different landscape companies, we can do the same thing. You got the same thing right there. You just got to tap into it. And you can be so wealthy with it. But you got to start. Now, it's not going to happen overnight. You have to start. You have to be consistent. And you have to get it out there to people that can find you. Like if you got something good, or even if it's not good, if it's just okay, somebody wants the okay stuff. And then the okay going to get better. Then the okay going to get great. But if you don't start with something, it can't even be okay. You know what I mean? You got to start with something. It can be okay. I mean, I asked my husband this morning, I said, can we start raising minnows? Because he be going fishing all the time and he got to go buy all these minnows, 12 dozen minnows. And the minnow man is up at 5 a.m. for people that go fishing. All he do is raise fish. So if you got something that doesn't go bad, like some fabric, look outside the box, go into the drapery department, go into the blanket department, look at some things. I mean, I can even get fabrics made for you all this also. You got a certain fabric, we can make that. But that's how we're going to be creative. Okay, I'm going to get one more question and see what we got. You guys have been so patient with me tonight. It looks like we answered everything. Looks like I'm gonna see. Look like one more person is trying to ask a question, and I want to make sure I don't forget anyone on the list. Okay. Okay, this is Sweet Pearl's creation. She said she saw a video recently where people were paying $500 for those rocks. Can you imagine that you got $500 in your yard? I know when I rode my motorcycle to New Mexico and I saw this big old boulder rock, I said, "Oh, I would love to have it in my house, but how much would it cost to get it home?" You know what I mean? So yes, there is money everywhere. And Pink, this is the last one for the night. She says, "Thank you so much for your teachings." And that's what I'm here for you. I'm here to teach you. And then once you get the teaching down, I'm here to coach you so that you can be better at your business, so that you can thrive in your business. And I want you to know that next week we're going to be on Tuesday because next Thursday is Christmas Eve, and I want you to be with your family. This is Evelyn's Creations. The number for your hotline to me is 407 590 8767. Please like, subscribe, and share. Order the book, Evelyn's Bootcamp. And if you want some coaching, please text me and let me know you're coaching. Thank you so much. I want you to get those pillows done and sold. And I also want you to work on your quilts. If you want treasures, you have a direct line with me. I appreciate you. Thank you for letting me know what's going on with the video and the voice. Love you guys. Love you so much. Have a wonderful evening. Bye-bye. Lastly, before you go, I want you to say, "I am hungry for my millions." That was the last question for the night. It is, "I am hungry for my millions." And when you say that, "I am hungry for my millions," then I know you're going to be tuning in and you're going to be getting the things you need to make the money you can to take care of yourself and your family. I am hungry for my millions. I am hungry for my millions. And all you need is to own a couple of properties, and that's your millions. All you need is a few hundred people to spend $10,000 monthly to have your millions. That's not that difficult. We think of it as is, but you want to say, "I am hungry for my millions." You put it in the universe. When you're hungry, we're going to get fed. I am hungry for my millions. All right. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.